Case number 4. Now our boss is dead. Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is TituElite and we are back in Best Served Cold with episode number 27, where we are starting case number 4 after we just saw this cutscene of our boss getting murdered by a suspicious character indeed. Let's see if we are going to find out who is the killer, because probably we are going to be a deputy again from 4 Hugo merchants. But now we've got Ilya here in front of us. She was a friend of our boss Vincent Flor, and now she's very sad, in a bad mood. Ilya descends the steps of the nightcap, looking more frantic than you ever seen her. She clearly hasn't slept a wink since the incident. Hello, Ilya. Good evening. I really need a pick-me-up. Are you alright? Can we start with the drink? It will make it easier to talk. Of course, what can I get you? Anything really. I don't know. I can't remember what I like. Okay. But I do remember. It's the ambush. If we got the ambush, of course. You pluck a glass from the bar and place it before Ilya. How about a cocktail? Yes, please. Okay, we don't have an ambush, but we have an orange daisy. Let's give her an Eastern Ruby, because this was our boss' favorite drink. So let's give her that. Ah, yes, this is quite nice. You've really outdone yourself, bartender. And she's in a good mood. Ilya exhales deeply. The drink seems to have helped her relax, but she still looks quite shaken. I was hoping the detective would be here. Has he stopped by with information? Have the police found anything? I'm afraid I haven't seen him. It's been 2 days. Where is he? Why hasn't he shown his face? Not even to offer his support or his condolences. Or is Vincent? No, he's alive. I had to make several phone calls just to find out which hospital he's in. The doctors wouldn't tell me much at first, as I'm not next of kin, but Vincent doesn't have any relatives in the city to manage his affairs, so eventually they relented. A small slender blade nicked his liver. Thankfully he was spotted by a passenger on the next tram, but he'd lost so much blood that he was unconscious by the time they brought him in. Is he alright? He's stable now, but he hasn't woken up. The cold and blood loss caused his oxygen levels to plummet. It may have damaged his brain. They are not sure when he will wake up, if he will wake up. Ilya. I just wish we knew more, anything really. I know there was police outside early investigating the crime scene. They even asked me about the basement door. Ask you? Yes, after the sensitive information I gave you earlier this year, Vincent insisted I lay low until the investigation was completed, just to make sure none of it led back to me. I took some time off from work and helped Vincent in the bookstore for a while. A very pleasant experience. He gave me a spare key so I could close up if I wanted to stay and read. After what happened, I figured I should manage the shop in his absence, keeping on top of the mail and such. It's the least I could do to return the favor. But the officer didn't tell me anything. I'm afraid it's up to you to find out who did this to Vincent. and you need to find something before the police look into this affair and uncover the nightcap. I see. Don't worry, Ilya, I'm on it. Thank you, I have faith in you. Elena Ernest is a friend of Vincent's. She's a smart lady with a history of solving such crimes. She might be able to help you too. Thanks, Ilya. Good luck. Thanks, Ilya. And Elena is here. Elena Ernest takes a seat at the bar. She must be just as worried and upset as you are, but she's hiding it well. If anything, you see great determination in her eyes. Good evening, bartender. Evening, Elena. What can I get you? Oh, right. I suppose that is why one come to a speakeasy. Certainly, I'll take a drink. What would you like? Something light, please, but without any soda. I'd rather something a bit more refined. Oh, right. I suppose that is why... Yeah. So, without any soda and light. Can I tempt you with a drink, Elena? Ha! You don't need to ask at this point, dear. Without any soda. Yeah, this has soda, cola. Lemon juice. This is very strong. Lime juice. Okay, the poison drop is an option. Oh, the orange daisy. Yeah, we know. She likes that. So an orange daisy it is. Magnificent. You really outdone yourself with this one. Now then, let's go to the real reason I'm here. How are you holding up, dear? I'm keeping it together. I see. How about you? Oh, I'm fine, dear. I'm just surprised Detective Mertens hasn't yet dropped by to provide us with more information. He must be aware of what happened. Why would he leave his own partner in the dark like this? I hope there is something preventing him from making an appearance. I may have to do this on my own for now. Oh, you are determined to find out who did it then, are you? I suspect as much. Will you help me? Of course, dear. You needn't even ask. I'll do whatever it takes to see this culprit brought to justice, and there's nobody I'd rather have by my side than you. So where do we start? I've already been thinking about the crime, of course. Hard not to. Ever since I heard the news, it's been going through my mind. Who would do such a thing to Vincent, and why? The way I see it, based on my experience with similar cases in the past, there are two real possibilities here. One, this was a deliberate attack on Vincent by someone that wished him harm, and two, it was simply mugging gone awry. Let's talk a deliberate attack first. I'll admit, Vincent has been known to express some questionable opinions at times, but never in public, and I find it rather unlikely that anyone from his inner circle would have done this. To the people of Bukovie and with his friends, Vincent has always been a jovial, kind and generous member of the community. I can't imagine he had many enemies, if any. It is possible someone saw him as a symbol of the old money elite, but considering how many charities he supports, I imagine there would have been more fitting targets for someone railing against the system. Therefore, I doubt this theory holds much water. What is your theory about a mugging? Vincent was a man of means, and visibly so. He carried many valuable items on his person, and probably a significant amount of lei as well. What kind of items? His gold pocket watch and the locket with Flora's pictures certainly stand out, and then there is collar pin, cufflinks and such. There is a much lighter crime than murder, but if you have nothing to lose and the victim already saw your face, a dead man can't talk. It's not the first stick up in this way, and I fear it won't be the last. So how do we figure out which it is? We'll have to make do without a police report for now, so you could start by gathering for information, see if your customers know anything. When it comes to our theory, I have a feeling Mr. Wagner in particular might know where stolen items would end up. Perhaps he could give us a lead. Good luck, dear. Thanks, Elena. Okay, so before we start with Wagner, let's go to the machine. Vincent Flor. Vincent Flor, born 1864 in Bukovie, patriarch of the current generation of the Flor family. I found many mentions of Mr. Flor's financial contribution to numerous municipal projects. There's also record of 2 political donations and half a dozen university papers listed. Silas Tech lists Mr. Flor as a primary investor during Stack's initial development. He received one of the first prototype as well as a lifetime subscription to the service. Mr. Flor oversees the Flor Foundation, which has business interests in the political, administrative and charitable spheres of Zara. According to a police report from November 1927, Mr. Flor received an official warning for his involvement in the running of an illegal speakeasy. On 17/11/1929, Mr. Flor became the victim of a stabbing which took place in front of Libraria, the bookstore he owns on the Bukovie Boulevard. Mr. Flor was transported to the Royal Hospital after he was found by a passerby, where his condition has since stabilized. Okay. So he was not murdered, at least now, for now. So let's start with Peter. Hello, Peter. Peter Wagner slumps into his seat at a bar. He stares blankly at the rows of bottles behind you. Good evening, Peter. Evening. I'll just take whatever you want to make today. I don't give a damn. You sure you don't have a preference? I don't know. Guess I could use some caffeine right now. Okay, some caffeine. How about a drink? You are not going to make me beg, are you? Caffeine. Okay. Wake up call or cold winter? Sprung into mind. Let's do the cold winter. Let's see if you like this. What do you say about this, Peter? Oh, you are good. You've been doing your homework, haven't you? Okay, we discovered what he likes. Right? Yeah, cold winter. Nice. Okay, thanks. You okay? Yeah, just a little tired is all. But I'm the one who should be asking that question, no? You heard about Vincent? Of course I did. I had dropped by earlier, but the pigs sniffing around here in the morning got me a little spooked. They'll take any excuse to book me right now. Sorry to hear about the old man, though. He's a pompous old windbag, but he didn't deserve that. Thank you, Peter. I'm sure he'll just be fine. A rich guy like that probably has all the best doctors working him over. Last time I got myself stabbed, a bloke called Mork sewed me up in a phone box. Mork? Anyway, I noticed the weasel isn't around either. Be careful this place doesn't get busted, yeah? If the pigs are looking into the old man's affair. I worry about that too. Maybe we should start drinking out of teacups, plausibly denying all that. I'm going to call it for now. See you around, bartender. Peter hesitates as he's getting up to leave. He turns back to you, speaking in a low voice. Oh, and you better be careful, you hear? There is no time to be letting your guard down, not for anyone. Okay. Yeah, I do think it's because of that information, man, that we had in the last case about the government and all that jazz. So, Sandra, looks like you are back. Sandra Fisher makes her way over to the bar. She looks more ragged than last time you saw her. It's clear the past few months have not been kind, but her dark eyes are filled with sympathy as she takes a seat opposite you. Evening, Sandra. Good evening, bartender. It's good to see you again. I've been looking forward to a nice cocktail. What would you like? I could use something to keep me awake, but make it strong. Okay. Do we know what you like? Perfect storm, but there's no perfect storm, so it's going to be the cold winter again, right? Yeah, the cold winter, for sure. Okay, let's give you a cold winter. How about a drink, Sandra? Go on, show me what you can do. Cold winter it is. That's lovely, a fine piece of craftsmanship. Not that I expect anything else from you. Sandra sighs and after taking a long sip and slides down comfortably on the bar stool. You look tired. I just got back in town, home for a good long while now. I really miss it and I have some thinking to do. Things felt so much quiet here than when I left, like the city is holding its breath, waiting for something to happen. It's eerie. And to think, before the prohibition this place felt like the center of the world, always bustling. Anyway, I've not come here to give you tips or advice this time. I think you've become as savvy a bartender as I ever was. I read about what happened to Mr. Floor, so I wanted to offer my condolences. He's not dead yet. That's a relief. Tough old bird. Do you think he'll make it? I hope so. I hope you are being careful. I heard the police were investigating the crime scene outside. I've tried to offer your advice where I can, but I know you can't pour wisdom into someone else's head. You just offer up good ideas and see which ones they choose to pick up and carry with them. So maybe consider this my last advice to you. If there was ever a time to consider getting out of the game for your own safety, it's now, before the constabulary starts investigating Mr. Floor's private affair. I will see Vincent attacker brought to justice. You are going to do it? From behind a bar? I have my methods. You are tough, I'll give you that. Maybe that's why you are out here upholding our craft, while I'm struggling to keep my head above water. I know you'll do what it takes to see this through, so I'll put my faith in you. And if these are to be the nightcap's last weeks, well, as it's as good an excuse as any for a toast, wouldn't you agree? When the world is on fire, at least we can all dance in the light of the flames. To the end of days. To the end of days. Sandra locks eyes with you and she raises her glasses before downing the rest of its contents. Good night, bartender, and good luck. Thank you, Sandra. Okay, let's get Elena now. Evening, Elena. I'm always glad to come here. Too much stress clouds one's judgment, and there's nothing like a night out to help clear the mind. Okay, so what's next for you, Elena? My plans for the future? I'm glad you don't consider me too old to still be having plans. Of course not. Ha! I'm pulling your leg, dear. Truth be told, our cooperation on the Dragons and Stones cases really got my blood flowing again. Ever since, I've been having funny thoughts, probably unwise thoughts, but very persistent ones nonetheless. Thoughts about returning to work. As a private eye? Oh no, not at that. The case that marked the end of my career all but ensured that door is closed forever. No, I'm talking about work as a detective, or rather, a consultant. Museum heists and jewelry thefts were terribly exciting to me once, but the older I get, the more I feel like I have more to offer this world than returning the gentry's stolen baubles and missing husbands. Once again, I've come to desire a sense of purpose. Protecting the vulnerable, cleaning up the streets, fighting back the encroaching darkness, that sort of thing. They'll be lucky to have you. My thoughts exactly, and even if Commissaire Aldea disagree. In other words, in the worst case scenario, if war really is upon us, the BPD should be happy to have investigated that unfit young man. Now, how about you, dear? Me? Yes, surely you're not planning on running a basement speakeasy for the rest of your days? What are your future plans? Maybe I'll become an investigator? Really now? It warms my heart to see the circumstances of your recruitment haven't soured you on the idea. Bukovie needs more people like you keeping its streets safe. May things work out for the both of us, huh? Yeah. So, what was the most exciting case you've worked on? If we are talking excitement, I think nothing could top the time I retrieved some particularly valuable blueprints for a Zaran weapons manufacturer. I could tell right away we were dealing with a professional. The theft was a beautiful piece of work, and this was a genius, but thankfully, so am I. I quickly figured out the blueprints were to be sold to the highest bidder on board a train traveling through the Rosarian Mountains. Through a particular devious bit of subterfuge involving borrowed uniforms, forged documents, and a squeaky foot trolley, my assistant and I managed to make our way on board and into the carriage where the documents were to be sold, all to switch out the attaché case for a decoy. It wasn't long before our ruse was revealed, as we'd expected, but we came prepared. We vacated the last carriage with some cock and bull story about French champagne and hors d'oeuvre in the dining cart. Once we'd made our way there, my young assistant blew the coupling and disconnected our carriage from the rest of the train before any ruffians could jump aboard. Even for them it was too much dangerous to jump off at such speed, so they had no choice but to let us go. By the time the train came to a stop, we'd have long since escapaded. We were losing momentum fast. The train was beginning to pull away from us when I suddenly saw her standing there in the open door of the carriage. Even in the darkness, I knew she had her revolver trained on me. I saw the moonlight gleaming on the barrel. She could have taken the shot. My research confirmed she was an excellent marksman, but she didn't. It was the first time I ever saw her face, those eyes, burning with a fierceness I can't put into words. I can still see her now. And she didn't forget me either. Your nemesis. Yes. I suppose she had the last laugh in the end. I'm always glad to hear you, yeah? So, it's been a while. Where have you been, Rilena? Yes, indeed. I decided it was about time my husband and I made another voyage over to the colonies. One of my boys was getting married, the youngest. She is a beautiful girl, a local. The wedding was a rather colorful affair that lasted multiple days and involved a lot of dancing and clear spirits. My husband needed some time to recover after it was all over. I hadn't planned on staying long, but I think spending a bit of time in warmer climes did me good. The change of scenery definitely helped. I'm glad to hear it. Thank you, dear. I did keep tabs open on what you were up to while I was there, you know? Oh, the Lombardo case. Don't try to tell me you weren't involved in that. I knew as soon as I read Bjorn's description in the papers. An excellent piece of detective work, of course, but one I would have likely disencouraged had I been here. Maybe it's for the best I wasn't. Disencouraged? Why? You were lucky you did not find anything more concrete on Vladimir Brock's employers, or you and Hugo may have become just another loose end, a problem to be solved. Do you think we are still in danger? No. If there was going to be repercussions for your curiosity, you would have felt them already. Take it from me. Just be careful next time, huh? If there's anything you learn from me, let it be that. Alright, I will. Okay. So we've got everything asked, so let's start with the leads. Vincent was stabbed right outside of library at the bookstore by an unknown assailant using a small bladed weapon. I suppose the chances are slim that your patrons might know more, or they would have come forward by now. We'll have to stay vigilant for any new developments. Yeah, indeed. And now this one. Vincent carries several high-value items on his person, including a gold pocket watch, a locket. Was this a mugging? Until Hugo can tell us with certainty whether any of Vincent's belongings were stolen, we don't have much to go on, but that doesn't mean we have no options. I'm aware of Mr. Wagner's background. Perhaps he might be able to give us a lead on where such stolen items would end up. Good idea. Okay, so we'll take a final look at the machine, probably with nothing new. And then we are going to end the day, and I'm going to do day 2 here. Oh, we've got Peter Wagner. Okay. Peter Wagner, as no birth certificate is registered in the archives, Wagner's earliest record on file is an admittance to the Saint Salma Protectory for Destitute Youths in 1898. A former associate of Henry King, Wagner's criminal record includes charges ranging from trespassing, petty theft, and disorderly conduct to assault and battery, unlawful possession of a firearm, racketeering, and extortion. In total, he has spent 7 years in prison. Okay. So nothing major. Nothing major at all, but let's end the day. Let's go home and let's piece things together here. We've got only 2 leads. Let's put them front and center. And of course they don't connect, of course, as expected. So let's bet ginger ale and let's go to sleep and let's get into day 2, which will still be in this episode. So let's see how many patrons we've got. Oh, quite a few, which is curious. Okay, so let's start with Peter. Evening, Pete. Evening, love. Good evening, Peter. It's been a rough month, huh? Okay. Let's give you your favorite. Well, you love me already. So I'm going to get you drunk. 7. Okay. Night count it is. It's the only 7 in terms of alcohol. Yeah, night count it is. Cool. It's different. Not sure if I love it or hate it. Guess I'll keep drinking. It's been a rough month. Okay. You've been looking at me differently lately. Have I now? I don't know what you're talking about, love. You are not calling me squirt anymore, for one thing. Ha! You got attached to that, did ya? I can always bring it back, just for you. You have a point, though. It doesn't really fit the way I see you anymore. Peter hesitates. His expression is hard to read, but you can tell he's measuring his words carefully. Maybe you are right, but before I make a complete fool of myself, the real question is, do you feel it too? Do you feel the same? I'm afraid I don't. I see. Maybe it's better like this. Corny as it is to say it, you mean a lot to me. I've never known someone like you, someone I can open up to without feeling weak, exposed, vulnerable. Wouldn't want to break the good thing we have here by complicating things. Just know that no matter what happens, I'm your friend, always will be. When I make a commitment, it's for life. So no matter how this all shakes out, I'll catch you if you fall, okay? Thank you, Peter. You're all welcome, Squirt. Okay. Is your family from Albany, Peter? Huh? What? Your last name, it's Almanian, right? Oh, I've never thought about that. I guess it is, huh? Nah, my family isn't from here, from there, I don't think. Then where did the name come from? Damn, Squirt. If I keep answering questions like this, I'm going to lose all of my mystery. I've got to keep some secrets to stay interesting. Oh, come on, please. Fine. Truth be told, I was never given a surname, so I just picked one. Named myself after some bloke I was really into as a teenager. Happy now? Leon Wagner, the wrestler? Nah, not my style. I don't do letters. Anyway, enough questions now, and no, I'm not gonna tell you how I got the scar. Darn. Okay. You look a little tired lately. Do I now? I guess I've not been sleeping well. I've had guests over for a couple of months now. They ran into a spot of trouble with the law and needed to lay low for a bit, and I still own them for saving my hide in a shootout, so I've been sleeping on the couch. Or rather, my dog Rudiger has begrudgingly agreed to share his couch with me. That's kind of him. He takes after his dad, alright. Are they moving out soon? No clue. To tell you the truth, this rough spot is lasting longer than I thought it would. But I guess as long as they do chores and walk the dog, I can't complain too much. I don't think the cops are on their tail right now. I just worry being kind to people is gonna land me in trouble one of these days, and that includes you. You are calling me a bad influence? How are things for you nowadays? I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It's the pits. Breaking ties is tough. It has consequences. There's certain IUs you have to honor, and even aside from that, I'm not certainly exactly hireable. It's been rough. I hope you are not thinking of giving up. Of course not. What, do you think I'm a quitter? He winks boyishly. I could never forgive myself if I backslide now. I face a lot worse than destitution. I've been shot, stabbed, beaten up. Hell, the priest at the protectory used to put out cigars on the back of my hand. But I've always made it through. I'll get my foot in the door someday, and if not, I'll just have to become a miner or something, or join the army or something. Can't be worse for my health than 25 years of smoking and fighting. Besides, it does help that I managed to fence Carla's fine art collection before I decided to go straight. Clever. I should be off. I've just got a guest over, and leaving them alone all night will bite me in the ass. See ya. See ya, man. So let's start from left to right again, and now Killian. Hello, Killian. Killian takes a seat at a bar. He looks tired and a little distracted as his eyes glide over the menu behind you, but he flashes you a smile when you call out to him. Evening, Killian. Good evening, bartender. I read about Vincent in the paper. Figured I should probably drop by to offer my support. That's what people do in this situation, isn't it? I'm sure he'll be back on his feet in no time, right as rain. Thank you, Killian. That's sweet of you. I've not had a drink in a while, so I thought about what I was going to order while I was walking here. But now that I've sat down, I've completely forgotten what I've decided. A lot on your mind? Yes, I suppose you could say that. Not all bad things, actually mostly good things, but it has been a lot. My mind usually isn't this occupied. Sounds like a cocktail is in order then. I couldn't agree more. I could use a distraction. What can I get you? You know me, something sparkly with light rum. Okay. Sparkly with light rum. How about a drink? Yes, please. Sparkly with white rum, like Liberty. Marvelous. You have such a talent for this, bartender. Even if the prohibition ends, I can't imagine drinking anywhere else again. Things have changed a lot since the last time I was here. I'm still reeling from it. I've moved out, I've found work, I've even gone back to school. Congratulations, Killian. Thank you. I didn't think I would put my socks and give it another go, but I got there in the end. I told you about doing a little photography over the summer. Well, after what you told me, I showed Reese some of my pictures, and they liked them. That's great. They say they were rough, overexposed, and amateurish, and salacious, whatever that means. But they also said I showed potential, and that meant a lot coming from them. They even asked me to take pictures of their work for their portfolio. I doubt the photos were any good, even if Reese was nice about it. If they are going to find work in advertisement, they are going to need a much better photographer than me to be their partner. But it did make me realize something. I want to be a photographer. I want to work with Reese. I want to take pictures of beautiful things and beautiful people. I want to see my pictures in galleries and magazines. So I signed up for photography classes in college. My parents weren't so happy about it. They kicked me out, in fact, but I managed to land on my feet for now. I found a roommate, and Reese helped me find a job to keep me afloat. That's a big step. I won't lie, it's been tough. This is the hardest I ever had to work in my life. I don't know how people do this. Sometimes I wonder if I even have what it takes, but I guess what's done is done. All I can do now is take one day at a time and see where it gets me. I'm proud of you, Killian. Oh, thank you. That means a lot. I know I had a lot of growing up to do when we first met, but you've always made me feel supported. I appreciate it. Anyway, I won't take up more of your time tonight. Thanks for the talk, bartender. See you around. See you around, Killian. But I wanted to talk to you, Killian, but okay. So now, Clara. Clara hops onto a stool. Hey bud, good to see ya. I heard about the old man. I'm sorry. Vincent is a top fella. He's always been kind to me, and I love his place. I really hope the nightcap can stay open. Me too. Let me know if I can do anything to help, yeah? I'll keep an eye out for whoever did this to him, and for any cops that might be snooping around too. I hope the cops won't descend on this place with Vincent gone, and not just cause I'd miss the drinks and the company. I'll miss you too. I'll miss you too. Well, I guess as long as this place is still open, we'd better make the most of it. I agree. What you want to talk about? Well, first let me get you a drink. How about a drink, Clara? Sure, but I have to work tomorrow, so nothing too strong. Okay, we've got the copper bullet that you love. So let's make it like so. Oh, damn, that's nice. I shouldn't be surprised at this point, but here I am. So, can you explain your martial art? Of course, I will be happy to. Bartitsu has roots in the fighting styles of the East and West. It's a blended art combining joint locks, strikes, throws and holds from Shui Jiao, Kalarimpayattu, wrestling, judo, boxing, kung fu and savate. It started with sailors in unsanctioned bare-knuckled basement prize fights, but caught on with wealthier gents and became a popular and secretive pastime in gentlemen's club and secret societies. How did you get into it? Well, I was a keen boxer at first, had some amateur fights and did alright, but the focus on punching seemed a little limiting to me. Most real fights end up with the combatants rolling around in the dirt. I wanted to learn how to win that kind of fight. One day I was delivering dry cleaning to a client. The head housekeeper was making me run extra chores, and I caught a glimpse of all these shirtless fellas with big mustaches kicking and spinning and grappling in the back. The fella at the reception pegged my interest, but warned me it's not for girls. But I was fascinated, of course. Instead of going back to the hotel, I hung around the back and picked it through a gap in the shutters. While I was distracted, an old fella sneaked up behind me, small, quiet, but still kinda imposing. He introduced himself as the Sifu, and he told me he had a secret he wanted to share. What was it? A Baritsu class open to everyone. Even those with no money. All the students had to do was show up, follow the rules, and give it their all. And from there, I was hooked. Hey, I was thinking, there's a space in the class. It's not that often that Sifu takes on a new student. I was gonna ask you, but my cousin is interested too. I just wanted to let you know, I did think of you. Maybe if we become best buds in the future, I can get you the next spot that opens up. Thank you, Clara. Will you move on now your debt is clear? That's right, the debt is gone. I've barely had time to catch my breath. Everything seems to be happening so fast, right? The murders, the attack on Vincent, Carla getting iced. I still feel like someone is going to turn up at my door looking for money. But even though I don't know Peter that well, I asked him about it and... He said, keep your head down and your mouth shut, short stuff. You'll be in the clear. You are in the clear. He calls you short stuff? Yeah, I don't love it. I'm not even that short. That's true. So yeah, that clear. Probably I still need cash, so I'm still working at the hotel for now. But when the next Bartender International comes to English, I'm packing up my things and getting on a boat. Any long-term plans? I don't know. All this war stuff sounds pretty bad. Maybe I just hunker down for a while with my buds and tough it out. Afterwards, if it really does kick off, maybe I'll change careers. For now though, the hotel isn't the worst place to be. I've heard there's a new manager joining soon. There's even talk of changing the name again. To what? Well, first it was the Ground Down Heights, then Hotel Jubilee, and now they are talking about the Grand Bukovie Hotel. Sounds grand. Yeah, I'm not too sure about it, but to be honest, I don't care much about how I earn my crust, as long as I got good buds to spend time with, a place to drink and a gym to spar in. I'm pretty happy. Good for you, Clara. Hey, as the one serving me drinks, you are a big part of why I'll still love this city. Here's to you. Cheers, Clara. Okay. So, let's start asking you now with evidence. Sorry, all I know is what I read in the papers. I hope they'll catch whoever did this soon. I hope he didn't try to play the hero and fight off the mugger. No fancy trinket is worth getting stabbed like that. I'm heading home. Yeah, go home, Clara. Go home. And now, Miss Olivia. Beautiful Olivia Carmine. Olivia Carmine descends the step into the nightcap, her long coat trailing behind her. It's been a while since you last saw her, and when her eyes meet yours, they light up. Evening, Olivia. Darling, how good to see you. I am sorry to hear about your recent troubles. Despite it all, you look like you are handling everything. You look fabulous. Why, thank you. Things are going well. You've recovered from the events at the Maverick. I am getting there. I don't like to dwell on it, but I can't talk about it now without feeling overwhelmed. And I have to come to accept that Stravos, though he died somewhat a villain, was not always that way. He let bitterness consume him, but he was once a good man. Any of us can fall to evil, but that also means all of us can find greater good within ourselves. On that note, I have taken a more active role in the church choir. Old Father Lacey isn't completely tone deaf, but having a singer of my stature willing to help the dusty old elders carry a tune in absolutely luxury for our little church. That's kind of you. Yes, it is. There's many things I can't do, believe it or not, but what I can do is sing, both in the choir as the leader and on the biggest stage in the world. Are you in another show? Yes, it's early days, of course, pre-production, but I'm very much looking forward to my triumph return. What's this about? Oh, I forget the details. Something about a network of women in show business who form some sort of sisterhood. It's all very highbrow and modern, but the point is I have the leading part, and finally my character is written by someone who understands my depth and range as a singer and actor. There's a long way to go, but I'm not in a hurry to return to the limelight. My position as a leading lady is not in jeopardy, and meanwhile I have a few other irons in the fire. Like, well, I am passing on my skills and knowledge to some younger actors, mainly women. I have come to realize men have plenty of opportunities and mentorship in the world of show business. It's young women who are more vulnerable. Anything else? Chamomile and Carmine, of course. Your radio show. Precisely. We are now one of the highest rated radio shows productions. Have you been listening? Certainly. I'm glad to hear it. But enough about me and my projects. How are you? And how is Vincent? You distracted me with your sparkling conversation, but I came here for a reason, to pass on my concern for our patron. Tell me, darling, will he pull through? He's got a strong heart. I may visit him at the hospital. My public appearance can create a bit of an unwanted hub, but I have a secret to help me there. Which is? Disguise, darling. What is a cunning disguise if not just a stage costume intended for subterfuge instead of glamour? I've become quite skilled at obfuscating my appearance. I can make myself look like a complete nobody with simple makeup and a nondescript outfit. Whoa, really? Yes, it's quite something. I could teach you how, but I don't imagine dodging the paparazzi is much of an issue in your daily life. Oh wait, I have a better idea. What idea? Instead of making you blend in, I could help you stand out. You've helped me so much, it's the least I could do. Sounds interesting. A makeover, darling. Just say yes. I've learned a thing or two about costumes, jewelry, and ostentation over the years. One night, soon, let me help you become truly fabulous. Drinks and dazzling fashion. What do you say? Yes? Splendid. I'm so glad we are becoming friends, and not just because you will benefit so much. I'm also fond of you. How curiously thrilling. Well, I should be going. As I've explained, I'm a busy woman, but never too busy to visit my favorite little basement bar. Wait, let's romance her, yeah. Wait, there's one more thing. Yes, darling? I want to be more than friends. What? Like an employee, someone to carry my bags and book my appointments and manage my diary and bring me iced tea and lace my corset and choose my earrings and deal with my fan mail? More than that. A manager? I hardly think you are qualified for that, darling. Olivia, I have feelings for you. Oh, but of course you do. That goes without saying, darling. Who wouldn't? Could I take you out sometime? Well, let me consider. You are easy enough on the eye, to me at least. Attraction is subjective, while beauty is objective. But I don't object on to how you look. Thanks. Oh, I know, I blow my own horn a lot, but it's the nature of my business, darling. I'm not as shallow as I seem. I meant that. Glamour doesn't engender humility, but I'm more than a pretty face, and so are you. You've always been kind to me, patient and considerate, and I feel you've looked past my obvious qualities to glimpse a little of my true nature. I have? I mean, oh, why not? You can take me out sometime. I concede defeat. You may take my arm, buy me dinner, and even lean in for a kiss at the end of the night. Who knows? You might even get one. I can't wait. Nonetheless, wait you must. I can't be seen with you till this business with Vincent blows over. Scandal has haunted me, but until I know you won't be locked up for running a speakeasy, our date should have to remain on hold. I see. Come now, darling. No need to frown. I'm confident you will prevail. You always have. Bukovie loves a survivor, and who knows, maybe one day I will too. Olivia leans over the bar, puts her hand under your chin, and lifts your head for a soft kiss. Your head swims. She blushes in surprise. Haha, that was sweeter than your cocktails. I didn't expect my head would spin like this. You solved this case quite quickly, darling. You hear? I'll be waiting. Stay fabulous, darling. Olivia blows you a kiss. Her smile is like sunshine, and even after she leaves, you feel the heat of the afterglow. Cool. So, nothing more we can do here. There's no more patrons. The machine do not have anything else for me. So the only thing left is to end the day. So let's do it. And we don't have any new evidence. I'm pretty sure of that. No new clues. So, pet ginger ale. Sleep to another day, and I'm going to end episode at the start of day 3, so let's do it. So, let's see. Day 3, Wednesday. How many patrons on the bar today? And we got Hugo. Okay, so now it starts. So tomorrow it's going to start, really, this case. So, yeah, we'll see tomorrow, because this episode, on the other hand, is done. And I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, and leave me some comments down below. Thanks so much for watching. My name is TituElite. I hope to see you tomorrow for case number 4. Day 3, at least day 3, and the talk to Hugo and the opening of the case. Bye bye, and take care.